kind of cool. You got rid of a bunch of stuff all at once for me. I'm kind of glad. It was nice. Oh shit! What's this chart over here doing? What's this chart trying to do? It's trying to be crazy this morning. Okay, I'm on out of there. Okay, there you go. So I got part of a chart probably showing over there on the side because it doesn't want to move the chart. I don't know why. There we go. Finally, we're being crazy. Yeah, just it's they got some weird levels up here. I mean, it's kind of strange, but we'll dig into it in a second. As soon as I get everything like I want it. But man, it's craziness. They took off this morning. But really, the high though, right now, that would be about what's that? About 434, 433. So I'm just kind of wondering what they're doing with that. You know? Oh, there it is. We're gonna get rid of all this crap. We don't. We want to keep these because we're gonna need these targets and banks and all that. And we'll. Really, that's kind of crazy. Keep the big money line, the bear and bull line. We will need, and the bear targets we're going to need also. So we'll keep those. This box here will come down to here because that's going to be our follow through later on if we come down. We already know that. Here, 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 here. This is kind of what you guys can know that when you see me doing this, you know I'm doing it for real, right? I'm hand drawing this crap, right? This is how I do it every day. Or, oh, that's kind of weird. Let's get off there. We just don't want to. I don't want a bunch of clutter on it. Okay, so I think that's gonna work for now. All right. So what are we looking at this morning? Well, man, I cannot believe we shot up through here. That's just craziness. All right, let's look at this levels right here because we already know what the big level is going to be in the day. I can tell you that right now. And they're just barely above it. Just barely above that. What is that? It's going to be 17 up there. And the next one's going to be 22. So it's right here, guys. Right. Where is that? Right here. Right there. Right about this 22 right here. You need to be right there. This is where we will be taking our trades right here. Right there. If you want a good trade, that's where it's going to be. 22. And the next one's going to be, well, let's see. Yeah. And the next one's going to be just about 30. Okay. Which is going to be about right there. These two are the most important two right now of any rest of them. Because the pullbacks are going to be about what? 405, 402 down here. So your pullback is about right there and just right in there with it. It's like they're like right here together, guys. They're 405 and 402. So it's kind of hard to get them both together because it's so weird right there. We'll try it. That's 5 1/4. So that'll work. We don't need this. Let's see now. Where is that today? Okay, so the Bears are sitting at what? Where are the Bears sitting this morning? Why is this doing this shit? Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. We want to see who those Bears are. The Bears are sitting in the same place. They're sitting about what? 28 to 30. These Bears are sitting right here. 22. This area up here is really cool, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this and get done with it. We'll get back in it in a minute. Okay, so we want to see it come back to 405, 402, and then 394 down here. Right now, these are the structures, guys. This is your structure right here. Okay? This is your structure. This is the last part of that structure, because if you don't hold this structure, you're going to wind up down here. Okay? Right here. This is where you're going to wind up at. Right there. Okay? You're going to wind up on this box. So if you hold these, you move. If you break this one, you're going to jump to this one. You guys see that? So this is our structure right now for the morning. That's what we're looking for, is that structure. We want to see where the hell it's at, right? We want to be there. Okay, so where's that big money sitting? Well, big money's already been passed at 362. So we know the big money line is sitting right down here, okay? Right about here. Right there. Okay, so you got to let's go bring this in. Well, shoot, what did I do with those things? There they are. Yeah. Your big money line's sitting right there. Right? Where's the bank sitting? Whew, well, the banks are sitting at 431. We know that. Which is kind of weird. It's just right above that level. So basically, guys, the banks are sitting right here with all. Oh shoot! Crap. Was that 28 line? No, good. Okay, we don't need that shit right there anyway. Let's get this out of here. The banks are sitting right here, guys. That's one of them. The 430 area. Then you got 384 down here at the bottom. So we'll take this line down here and we'll mark it right about here. And we'll put this right about there. So we know the two banks are sitting down there. The big money's sitting at 362 down here. And I don't think there's any big money past this, guys. There's not. Well, there might be a little bit, but it's probably the 371. But it's all right here together. So right now, that's what we got. Okay, so we know that we're going to probably get this thing to do something here. Where's those bull targets this morning? 52 and 74. So, okay, that's cool. We take this box right here. We move this. And we put this on 52. And we put this on, oh, shoot. We put this on 74 up here, guys. Right about there. And this will go back to about 52. Right? Right there. Okay. So your targets are this box. Okay? Your target's up and your target's down. 52.74. Okay, this covers the targets for the bulls. The bear targets are way low. They're like 200 down here, so we ain't worry about those right now. Bull and bear line, where is that at this morning? Okay, bull bear line is going to be about the 338. Okay, so we're going to be right in here on the bull bear line. So let's go grab this line. Well, let's just make a new one. Right here. And we'll go here to the 338, right about there. Boop. And we're going to change this, guys. Okay. If we can. Quit being crazy. To let you know, it's going to stand out because you have to know where it's at. There it is. I didn't put it on the chart. Well, I don't understand why. Really? That's kind of weird. Okay, so it's right there. I'm just going to leave it. Right here. Boop. There you go, guys. So we're done. There we go. So good morning, everybody. So now, guys, all we're looking for is two places to trade this morning. Okay, for right now, we are looking to break the 28 and go long. Or we're going to go the 395. Remember the 395 short yesterday? Guess what? Same shit. See this? Same thing today. I cannot believe it's on here again. I just can't. It's right here. Anything under this is going to be terrible for Bears, for the Bulls. Remember that big target yesterday, guys? Well, there it is again, 395. 395 is going to run straight all the way down to 368 again. But 368 was yesterday. It's the same today, which is unreal. Which I love that because now we know that if this fails, guys, she's going to come back down. But let me tell you another story. Have y'all noticed the gold prices have been running like crazy, right? Do you know why gold's running? Does anybody know why? Has anybody really looked into why gold's running? Nope, not quite. Gold is running because China is buying the shit out of it. Silver and gold, China are stocking up on. And why? Because the shift, guys. When you can cause a shift in momentum to one side of the market to the other, and you're a country that can buy it all, guess what happens? Somebody's going to pay the price later. All this gold and silver being bought right now is not being bought by Americans. It's being bought by China, which means they're looking for that global shift. They're trying to do something with their currency. They're trying to, they're trying to get the dollar down because they're trying to get their side of it or something like that. But the problem is, it doesn't matter how much they buy. It's because the prices keep going up. It's great for them, but with our economy, it's not going to be so great in the long run if they pull the rug. It's going to cause massive problems in 401ks and shit. You can look it up, guys, if you want to. But I've been looking at the flow on it like, okay, why is China buying so much gold and silver? Why? Because they like to be in control, and they know this is a way to the infrastructure of buying all that gold and silver is a good way to make us play ball. Because if you hold more than the United States does, you know what I mean? They're buying the crap out of it. They'll never hold more than we have, but the problem is they can global shift of economies. It's not just the economy they're looking at. They're looking at the global currency shift. They're wanting to try to get currency. They're trying to do something with currency. I don't know what it is yet, but I know that's what it boils down to. But look into it, guys. It's pretty interesting. I'm sure Steve will look it up and can tell us. These home markets are just ridiculous. You look at property, guys. I was just goofing around looking at property in different places, and it's just stupid. People selling 5 acres for $3 million. I mean, come on. Let's get real. The shit was selling for 19 or back in 5 years ago, that land was selling for $120,000 or 99,000. Hell, I've seen places on the books that were selling for 64,000 for 6 acres, and now they want 6.9 million for it. I mean, come on. We've got a little bit greedy on the land shit here. There needs to be a cap on so many acres of land. Like you can't sell land. Yeah, you see California where Newsom just bought that big ass ranch or a big ass place out there in California. $30 million. He bought a $30 million house in the middle of the house crisis in California, guys. And he only put $600,000 down, but guess what he done? He was smart. He made sure he closed the escrow before the accounts closed for the buying of the home. So you avoided all the taxes for paying all the taxes for buying the home. So it's like, wow. But it's craziness. But you can't say, you can't look at somebody and go, well, that's not right. What have you done? Yeah, it's legal. People do it in Miami all the time. They do it in North Carolina. They do it in New York. They do it everywhere. It's called business. They're businessmen. They know how to they know how to get around shit because that's what they do. knock anybody who can escape taxes because I think, hey man, if you figure it out, that's good for you. It just takes due diligence. It's like trading, guys. Trading and taxes are about the same. You can figure out ways to cut your tax costs, but you gotta be smart enough and have enough time and really want to get focused on it and do it. You can't just complain about it and sit around and go, "Oh, I gotta pay my taxes." No, you don't have to pay all of them. There's ways you can get around the shit. You don't get around all of them, but you can knock half of them out, right? Knowledge is power. That's cool. 78 acres. What? Where you at on the 78 acres? Sorry. That's cool. I wanted to look at something this morning too, and I didn't even. I can do it on this one probably. Let's go look at this. Do-do-do. Where do I do that? Oh, here it is. That's kind of cool, man. I don't think. Um, well, I was looking at something, but I'll check it out later. All right, cool. So if this comes down, guys, where are these guys going to bring this down at this morning? Well, it's going to pull back until it pulls all the way back to like 395 anyway. But really, we probably could get into it after it breaks. Yeah, that's what it's saying. It's I pretty much got agreement on both 395. As 395 goes to 371, back to 368, breaks to 368 to 324. So it's all the way down to here, like 324 down here. So if this does go down, guys, we're looking at 395 short. I mean, that's about the. It's either going to be 395 up or 395 down. Okay. Is it all land? Is it all cleared, or is it all just woods and stuff, Tiffany? That's some cool. That's really cool. So I wish my chart would let me draw this other thing, but I don't think it will. Cause it will let you draw it. That's I've just seen this. Check this out, guys. Let me show y'all something you probably have never seen before. You see this chart right here? Okay, look. This starts um, here. Well, let me go down a little bit farther here. Okay, it starts right down here on this low, right? Ding. It goes over here. I don't think it's going to let me move it. Come on, man. I don't want to move. Let's see if it'll let me go to the top up here without moving all these targets. This is that high, right? Now it won't let you do it because it needs to flip. This needs to flip the other way and it won't flip. I don't know why. Maybe it's just dumb, you know? That ain't what I wanted it to do. Let's see if I got it. I think I've got one on here. No, I don't have one on here. Crap. reason I'm doing this is, guys, if I had a crayon, I don't know, this might work. Do I have any kind of? I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can just draw, like draw. If anybody knows if there's one on here, I don't remember if there is or not. Draw objects, I guess. No, that's not what I wanted either. I kind of just wanted a free draw, but I don't think it has one. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this, guys, is because if you'll see how this market goes up and down, right? Okay, so the market comes back to here. There's a if you draw a moon, guys, like a moon, like a big shape like this that goes over like a dome. If you draw a dome on this chart, here's the top, bottom of the dome. The dome goes up and the dome comes to here and stops. So you're trading inside of a big tool to put on your chart sometimes. I haven't used them in a long time, but it's just another way of keeping track of the lows. But you definitely always want to keep track of something like this right here. You definitely got to keep track of this bad boy here because you're going to come down there sooner or later. And right in here, right about there. Okay. Right now, guys, we have to make sure that we say somewhere. No, we're going back up again. Crap. So see, we got the 22. I should have just took it. The 22 trade is what we want. Now we know that the 22 breaks, guys, and we break if 22 can go to 46, so we're going to have to get past the 46 anyway. So our next trade up will be up just above the 46, about the 47. So if we can push this to the 47, I think they'll move the market past the 47 and go, okay, at the open. But right now, I wish it would pull back to 22, maybe 17, 16. Now the market might open, guys, and pull all the way back down here to 305 or 405. 402, 405 area, which would be beautiful if it did, and then go straight back up again. So you might get that flush down to the 395, stop there, and go right back up. And it would be beautiful if it did, because we'd catch that big ass move at 395 and take this all the way back up again. Okay, but 22 is the entry. You got 22 and 16, guys. If you don't get 22 and 16, you can look for 6 and 2. And right here we go, guys. Market's opening up, so we're going to go long here. We're just waiting for the pullbacks. I'd like to get this long about right in here somewhere at that 22, or if I can't get to 22, I'm going to go back down here and get these longs down here at the 16, right? You can see right there, 16. Oh, not, I didn't want 16 contracts. 16 I meant, right there. This is what we're doing. Now we got to get 46 to break and we take off. Where's our target going to be? Our target's going to be 63, guys. 63 and 72. That's exactly where we're going to go. 63.72 over here. 63, 72, and 80. Wait a minute, no. Yeah. 63, 72, and 500, guys. 63, 72, 500. Let's go. Easy money. 63 hit. Remember, guys, your pullback entries are going to be 46. Okay? 46 entry and 22 entry. If it pulls back down to 46, you can buy again and do it all over again until because right now this is it's golden unless she pulls back down there to 22. We stay in this. And if it pulls to 22, we can get out right here and take profits and wait and get back in at 22 and do it again. But you got to be above the 46 if you're going to buy it, or you got to be at 22 to get it low, okay? Or 18, 16. 18, 16, 22. Any one of those is perfect, or 46 is perfect for an entry. It's absolutely stone cold entry, guys. You're on the right side of the market with the big boys right here. This is what they're buying. This is what they're going to do. They're going to get 63, try to get 72. Remember, though, we could pull back to 395, which is even better. We'll buy it down there if we can. We'll take what we can get, right? We tend morning. So we're good. So let's go, you know. See it pulling back? Now look at this. Look at this right here, guys. Look. Right there. Boom. Can we get this to hold that 17, 16 area to push up again? Can we get it to hold here? We know they're buying here, right? Look at that. Look at that. Quick trade right there. Boom. It has to go back to 22 to 46, though. You have to get back from 22 to 46, guys. Now remember, she can pull back down here all the way down to 16, all the way down to 4 and 5 down here. We do not want to take trades at the 1 or the 400. You can go long at like 402, okay, if she holds, right? So if they buy the market down here, guys, right here, they're going to try to hold this, okay? So what they do is they'll buy it low again. See? Right in here. We'll buy our low. We'll stack contracts against these long shorts and see if we can rotate this back out. Because as long as we stack in contracts on this, we got it made. But if we get down to 395, we cannot stack, okay? But we want to take this long down here also. We want to get these longs. Anything above 395, we want the long. So we want right in here. We can get the 40. We can get that 404, 405 area. Go back to 16, 17. Grab a grand there. You want but the 400 guys, 405, 406 right here. In between the 400 and the 406, you can buy in. 16, 17, you can buy in. 22, you can buy in. 46, you can buy in. So we get all these 395s we can buy in, right? So we get all these levels. See, I should have just left that on there for you guys, but I was just showing all that. I wouldn't trade in 24. I only trade 8, guys. I only trade 8. I don't trade no more than 8. 8's my lucky number. See 395? Now watch what happens here, guys. Watch. We wait. Do we come back to 395 and go long? Or does this pull back to 368 short? Remember I told you the short was 395. There it is. Now look down here. Are they going to bring 368 back to 395? What do you think? You see this short right here? They're showing that short, right? That short ain't going nowhere until it gets down 395 to 354 down here. 354 clears to 44, 35, and all that. So if they do go short, it's got to be under 395, which we know this. But if they don't break that 68, it's not happening. See, most of these guys will buy it to 68 right here to make money. See? They'll try to get the 68 to hold that long right there, guys. That 68 long is a good place to reverse this market, okay? Now, if we go short here and we don't reverse the market, guys, you guys know you can go short at 68, but you got to be careful at 68 short because your target's going to be 54, okay? So if you do take 68 short and she goes short, your target's 54.45 down there. So you just got to be careful on what you're taking and where your levels are at. Can we get back to 95? That's the key. And that's where you can take your profits and bail right there. See that? $4 grand. Boom. Done. Easy money. And I look at her running right up through the 13, 15, 16 again. Now, as long as she holds the 400 here, you're good. You just want to hold the 395 in that 400 area. Maybe 406. What is that? 406? Yeah, 405. So just think about it, guys. 395 to 400 to 406, 405. Those are the areas it's going to try to go to off of the 68. Now, are the bulls done? Could be, but I doubt it. They're going to try to keep structuring off the 68 low down here. Now remember, 54, if it does go short here, guys, you can take the short to 54 down here. But you got to be careful. 68's that big level from yesterday, and they're playing the crap out of it right now. Right? They really are doing their thing. When this thing blows its gasket, we're going to be catching something really huge probably. So now we can wait to see if we can buy in down here at the 45, 54 area, or 35 area, or even the 24 area. So where we don't want to be, guys, is under 325, 324. We don't want to be under 324 this morning. 324 can get dangerous for a short. Anything between here and the 324, we can buy all those levels going back. Every single one of them. As you guys can see, I'm still at 68 buying in every single time. I want 68 to go back to 95 and hold. And get these dumb little bears out of here and let's go run it up again. If she goes to 24 and decides to go short 324, that's a good place to get a short, man. The bad thing is the bank level's sitting there, so it's kind of stupid too. But 324 could lead us all the way back to 207, which goes down to 172. So we could really get stupid down low, guys. You can get down to 172, down to 131 this morning. Even lower, you can get lower than that if it wants to. But right now we're looking at 68 long still. 68 long, guys. And you've got this 54 long right here. See this? See the 54 long? Right there. Remember I told you 54? You got 68, 54 right in here, guys, you can trade off of. If you can't get 68, take the 54 long and go back, right? As you can see, she's still trying to come down on this chart. But I'm not worried about that red candle. Because I know that red candle is not, this is a down move that's not going to reverse for a while. Even though it's going to be a solid down move, right? It's a solid pullback, but you've got levels in here that if it don't clear the 24, if it don't clear the 35, guys, it's not going to stay short, okay? It has to clear the 35 to stay short. We know this. So what do? They buy right in here and try to keep it long. See, everybody's wanting to keep it long at like 55 right here. Get those pullbacks. Even if you only get $1,000 on the pullback, you take it, right? Now there we are though. We're getting that close down there. There we go. See? Look at that. See how they're trying to get up here to this 55 area, 50, 55? They want to buy in up there. They want to buy down here to the 35 too if they can. I'd say probably that would be about 37. I'd buy in at 37. I wouldn't buy at 35 there. That could be dangerous down here. See right here, guys? Right in this area? That's your 50 area. Again, see, look. They keep trying to tag the same areas, guys. They're buying at 37. They're buying at 45. They're buying at 55. And they want to push it back if they can. When you try to buy in down low, guys, you just got to wait for them to work the market out. Now, we already know that we're not going to buy in down there past 35. We're not. We're probably going to go short at 34 or 33 if we can get that to work and just keep it there. But as you can see, playing these levels and playing them correct can make you $2,000 fast. You just got to get in and get out because there's so much swinging in this. You want to take these profits, guys. You want to take that $1,000 and walk away here. 1,000. If it hits 1,000, take it. I'm going to every single time. 15, 1,800, whatever it hits, I'm taking. Well, this will run for a minute. $2,000. So if you can just get in and get out, boom, boom, boom. This is how you make your money quick in the mornings. You find the levels, you make a trade off of them, and you keep trading the same levels. And then you just make a bunch of money and you're done, right? Anybody having a good morning, following the levels? Anybody take some trades? I know it's hard to follow this because it's kind of radical this morning, but you know the entries. Don't be afraid. You know what the permanent entries are. These entries are solid. All we got to do is get 55, 55 entry and go back up there to 65, 65 right there. Once you go 55, 65, you break that to 95. And here we go. Right back to 95. Boom. $6,000. Beautiful trade. See how she works out, guys? How do we know this is going to work on these longs? The 4-hour candle. Look how big the damn thing is. It's huge. There's no way this is going to reverse for a while. Yeah, you're going to get pullbacks in this, but your full reversal on this market today, it's got to be below the 215 down there somewhere, like 215, 210. So you got to go 200 points low to even try to get the thing to even reverse the markets. So you know you're in a bullish move. bears can't get this back until they get way low. Now, they can make damage happen. Yeah, they can. If they can get this thing to go down here to where Steve's sitting, about the 290, they can start working on that. But if you can't get down to the 290, it's not even going to happen. So we don't have to worry about it. As we see, guys, we're right back down to where? 68 again. 67, 68 long, right there. Whoop. 67 long, all over again. Back down to 55, 45, 35 long. It's beautiful. The 67 long, guys, you can get at 67, 68 and got about 10 points off of this, or you can try to hold this up into the 80s, or you can just go for the 95 up there. Because that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to get back 95 and 68. Yeah, I think if we get above 95, they're going to try to structure. You know, you want to get 95 to 400 through the 405, 406. So between 400 and 406 is the next move after 95. Then you want to get like the 15, 17 to the 22. And you just kind of want to roll up there and get those done. You know, just once you break the 22, then you go to the 28. The 28 takes off. We really just want to get this back to 28. 428 would be a nice place to be. But we hit our upper targets already this morning anyway. We missed the one though. We still haven't got the one good target. We just went right above the 60 level up there. This was supposed to went to 70. 71, 72, but it didn't. So they still haven't got that one. So right now, guys, 68 today and 95 that were the same ones yesterday are playing the same levels they played yesterday, which is kind of cool. They're not always the same, but hey, today they are, so it's good. Easy day for us. We already know the targets from yesterday. Now, not all of them are the same, but we know that 90, we know 395 is the up move to stay above this market, and we know 68 is the entry to get there. Okay, and we know now we got to pass the 400, which is another entry. 405 is another entry. 417 is an entry. 422 is an entry. 428 is an entry. So all those entries up through there we can take, or we can just blow right through them and wait till we get to 428. 428, I think, is where we need to be if we want to see this market continue. But to get to 428, we're going to have to break just through that 22 and 17 up there. If you can get to 22.17 to play ball this morning, it'll be nice. See how we're trying to get to the 405, 407 area? Right there. We got to get past that 7-8. We have to break the 7, guys. If you don't break the 7, you're not staying long. You have to be above 7 today. It's a weird level, but yeah, it's coming to play. So everybody's wanting to see the 7 go here. 7's also an entry because 7 goes to like 19, 17, 19. And they know that 7's a good 10-point move there. 10, 12-point move. There it is. See it? Now you're at 21, 22. Now you're trying to get 28 to break. You got to get 22 to 28 here. Once you get 28 to work, then you can say, okay, now we might be able to push this thing. Can we push this back up to the top of 60 again? Actually, before you get to 60, you got to get to 48, 46. But so you want 28 to 46 is what you're trying to get, guys. So you want that 17, 22, 28, 46. Or you pull back to where? 400, 405, 407, 400. Remember, you got to stay above the 7. You got to stay above the 400, 395. 395 pulls back, as we know this. 395 is that short, 368. Remember? Look at the short. Look at the short at 395. Boom! Right down to 368. Right back to it. Isn't that beautiful? 368's that long again. There he goes. Right back to 395 almost. You see how they bought down there at the 368, guys, and pushed it right back up? What a beautiful... Anybody take that move? Is that 368 right there, 367? If you did, you're doing damn good because that's a good move right there. That's almost 30 points in a matter of seconds. That took like 2 seconds to go from 68 to 95. If you can get to 67, 68, just say 67, guys. If you enter at 68, it's fine too. But if you can get that 68 to 95 trade, guys, in a matter of 3-4 seconds, take it. If it don't go but halfway, take it there too. You can take it there. I'm not telling you how to trade. I'm just telling you what the entries are that I'm taking, because it makes perfect sense to take that 68 trade and run that bad boy to 395. If it holds 395 to 400, 405, you stay in. It breaks 407, you stay in. It gets to 1719, you stay in. Passes to 22 to 28, you stay in. We know 395 is an entry long to 400, 405, and they know it too. And if the Bulls don't do something soon, this is going to end up going back down on their ass, because they're going to have to. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get a healthy pullback to go higher, and they got two of them so far. But did they get enough? Did they capture enough money to make this run up higher? Because we got to get people to get. We got to sucker people to go short to get the market to go back long. And I think everybody's trying to go short around this 4.7, 4.6 level, and they don't really know that the 95 is the killer. Or they're all going short at 395 or somewhere between there and the 400. See, I think they're all going short in the 400s, and it pulls back to make them think they're going to make money, and then it goes right back up and kills them. As you notice, this went from 405 to 395 a lot, which means they might be somebody trading in that area on the shorts. But if they can get them to take that 368 short and pounds them every time going back north, that's a good place to trap people, is that 368 and the 395. Those are two good trapping areas if we want to make this market run. See, even though you see the red candle, it don't mean shit, guys. It don't. You gotta know. People see red on the screen and think, oh my God, it's a short. It's not all the time a short. Just because you see a red candle on the 15-minute, it does not mean the market's going to go down. Don't even think that. A lot of people get lost in that. They'll look at a red candle and think short. Automatically think they got to go bears. That's not true. Structure. You see that big giant candle? You see the both wicks on the end up there? This thing is fighting to save itself. Both do something with this candle, but the bulls are winning it right now. The bears are not winning this. The bears are not winning here. They're losing. If the bears want to win, they're going to have to come down to 322. That's what I'm thinking. Well, if you get down to 322, and the bears probably going to say, well, see you later. So we'll wait, though. If we get down to 322, guys, we're probably going to go short down there. It would make perfect sense. We don't want to go short in these areas because you're going to get murdered down here. We want to stay away from all these trading areas. I really think, though, we could probably go short at 335 down to 325. We might be able to pull that off. 35 might be a good short at 25, 22, but I'll just wait. I'd rather just take the 322 short and just kill it all the way back to 200, and just be the safe side. But you can see, man, the 67, 68 long right here, absolutely brutal. It's brutalizing everybody. See that? Right back to 95. How many people took that? Anybody take that? Come on, guys, wake up. Somebody talk to me. I know. It's crazy that it's just insanity. But you know what? When you figure out a good level, man, this is how you make your money. This is how you kill these people in this market, guys. You know where you're trading at. These people do not know. When you already know the levels you can trade on and make the money, it's beautiful, isn't it? There's no guessing. Everybody else is guessing. They don't know where the hell they're going to get in. Right now, most people don't know where to get in. They do not have a clue. because it's too whipsawed. It's that there's no entries. They think, oh, there's no entries in this right now. Yeah, there is. Yes, there is. There you go, Jaja. Good job. 68 again. And most people don't pay attention to price. They watch a candle go up and down and never look at the price. How many times have we hit 68 so far? Oh, about 10. We've pulled back there 10 times already. That tells you, why are we pulling back to the same profit area? Why are we pulling back to the same number? Because there's a massive level there. This is why. This is how you figure shit out. Took the long again. Way to go, Ted. You see how she's coming down to 55 now? Look, they got 55 buy-ins, 45 buy-in, 35 buy-in. We don't want to buy in under 35, guys, okay? Anything above 35 we can buy in on. Anything below 35 I'm not touching. Okay, I'm not touching any longs unless she comes down to 35 and goes, unless she comes down to 25 and stops and goes back up. I'll take that 25 long. But usually we're going to be looking for about 24 short on this. Now you can take the short at 95 to 68 all day long too. But you got to be careful there. There's a short we know from 395 down to 68. That's a beautiful short also, but that's just something you got to be careful of. I try not to take the shorts with that big ass when I see this big ass bull candle. Even though I'm seeing a red candle, it's a bullish candle. Most people look at that and go, "What? Are you crazy?" Yeah, it's just a pullback. Look, it's just a pullback. See the market? There's one, two, three, four. Okay, you're looking at one move, two moves, third move. Your third move has to be bigger than your first move on the Elliott. We already know that. So this is the fourth move. Fourth move can either go sideways or go higher, and then the fifth move comes in. So we're kind of looking at that this morning thinking, we could go sideways here, or we could play in this little level for a while, or we will come back down, which we probably could come back down, guys, later on this morning. But we'll see. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. I think in 5 minutes we're going to know, though. I think we're going to find out real soon if the bulls are going to hold this, because it's the morning market. They're going to have to do something soon. If not, the bears are going to step in and whack these people. But it's okay. We'll whack them with them. You know what I mean? We don't mind. Who wants to get whacked? These bears are going to get whacked going up this morning, but the bulls could get whacked. But hey, the bulls can get kicked in the head over here if they don't do something soon. You cannot keep markets like this. Big money's got to jump in on here and push this, or retail. But the reason the market's not moving, guys, is because people don't know where to get in right now. They're all guessing, like, what do we do here? And they're making entries that's killing them. They're losing, and they're like, oh my God, I'm getting frustrated. It's doing the same shit over and over and over, up and down, up and down, up and down. But we don't. We know where it's at. We know what we got to do. So you look at that. Right back to the entries. Every time. 55, 67, 68. There's your 55 entry again. Boom. Unbelievable. Well, looks like the Bulls might be having a field day with soon. If they don't get this done, the Bears are going to step in down here. I think step in, guys. If they don't pull this off. All right, so we're going to let her pull back now, guys. Okay, so we want to get down here. We want this to pull down to 45, down to 35, down to 25. That's what we want. We want to wait and see if we're going to get this 25 short, guys. Now, these guys can go short at 45 to 35 right here, okay? Right there. Boom, there's that 25 short right there. You guys see the 25 short? Look at that. There's your 25 short. Boom. Spot on. Right back to 25 long. See that? Now, we either can take 25 long and pull it back up right here, or we can wait to see if these bears are going to hold this short. Now, we know if the bears get back above, I would say probably the pullback is going to be 35. So 35 is the pullback. So if the bulls break the 35, they got a chance again. But if they don't break 35, they don't got a chance. Okay? So we're looking for 25 short here, guys, if we can hold this. We're going to see if 25 short will work. That's what we're trying to find out. Can the bears get that big move at 25 all the way down where they really want to go, which is the 285? This thing will absolutely plummet if it gets a chance, guys. Down to 285, straight down. If they get the momentum, they're going to tag 285. So can the bulls save it at 25 and go back north? If not, pack your bags to 285 because that's where we're going to be going. And Steve's sitting right down here, guys. You got to break the Steve line. Steve is sitting right down here about 290. What is that? 298. Steve's sitting at 298. There's a savior line for the bulls at 298, and Steve's sitting right on it. His level's sitting right there at 298. You break that, you might as well be done. Look, guys, did we call a perfect trade at 25 or what? Look at that. What do you guys think on this? Perfect. The 25 short, like I told you. Right down to 285. Let's go. Big money line sitting right there. Remember, you want to be under the big money for the Bears. The Bears get big money. They reverse the money to the Bears side. So will the Bulls hold this big money line and not let the Bears go down any further? But remember, I told you Steve's line is at 298 down there. But we'll take this. We'll take this money right here. This is beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. You're welcome. Now we know the Bulls will try to go back long at 285, or they're going to go long at 25. Okay, there's one or the other. Now this candle is coming in here is a 10 o'clock candle. So now we got to wonder where the pullbacks are going to be. Are they going to switch us back up to 25 long on this pullback? I don't think so. It looks like they could. This is kind of weird because they really are fighting here, guys. You've got bears really fighting these bulls. These bulls are really trying to save this. They really are. But right now these bears are in control. But if the bulls get past the 17 up here, I think they'll get the 25. 317 to 325 is the bull area. But right now you got to come down here. I think we got a new level. We do got a new level. Oh, that's cool. Welcome to the show. The new level is 290. Can we go? Now, if we go back to 25, we're going to try to take this thing long again. See what happens here. But they could reverse it back at 25 and go back short again. But, the pullback is 35. So they might get 25 to 35 guys right here. See? This is where they got to stay. But if they don't get 35 to work, guys, it will probably pull back to 25, and we'll have to wait for the shorts to come back in. See? There's your 25, 35 right there. So you can go 35 long and try to hold that. That is the pullback candle, though. Most of the time, these bears will want to go short here at 35. But the bulls know they have to break the 35 to make these bears quit trying to go short, right? See that? So if she goes short down here, guys, these bears want to go short right here. The bulls want to go long. 25 is short long, guys. Either goes 25 to 35 or it goes 25 short. So you remember that. You can either go long here or short here. It just depends on which side of the market you want to be on. Right now, we'd like it to pull back short, but I think the bulls are going to save this. They're trying. They really are trying to save this shit, but the bears keep trying to throw them under the bus. If the bears get this to 290 down here, watch 290, guys, watch 290 for a bull buy-in. If 290 doesn't break, the bulls are going to buy it back at 290. 290, 291. What's the 91 down here? If you don't break the 91, they're probably going to go long off of it. 91.84 and 78. You get to 78. If you get to 78 to 74, guys, it's over. It's coming down. She's going to be pushing 61 or 60 probably. You break 74, you're probably going to be sitting at 60 very soon. 60, 50, 30, and the big level there at 19. We'd like to see these bears push this to 219 if they can, but right here at 74 is where they really want to go short. This is that big short at 74. This is where the bears can take the market back from the bulls, is right at 74, guys. 74, 73, right there. See how they didn't get it? And the bulls know it. Because your bull buy-ins are between 77, 85, and 91. See the 91? Trying to go long? They know 91's the structure. They got to hold it. If you don't hold 91, you get to 84. You don't hold 84, you get to 77, 75. Yeah, 77. And then he crashes. If you crash 72, it's over. Now we know if the bears hit 72, it's not 74 anymore. Now if the bears hit 72, guys, they're probably going to bring this down at 72. 71 will be the short. Yep. Yep. They want to get that 71.59. Then 51, 38, 30, 31, 18 down there. But they keep messing with this damn 91 down here. Keep trying to buy it back at 91. Everybody's trying to get in at 91. Anything above the Steve line at 96 wants to go back up, see? You're killing us down here, Steve. Your line is absolutely in the way. It's in the way. Rich's line was 352 this morning. Right by the 50 level, 50, 51 level, which is kind of nice. That was some good thing there to see. But the breakout for the Bears is 207, guys. You get. I think if we get past this area down here at 72, you're probably going to see this thing come all the way back down to 207, and maybe even deeper. 217 is the target. 217, 218 down there is what I'll be focused on. And look at this. We're almost to 72. Look at that. We just can't get 72 to work. Plus 77's a long. They got to stay under 77, guys. You've got to stay under 77 here. And if you get under 77, you're going to come right down here and tag the 60. 60, 51, and 40 are the next targets down after 72. If you don't get to 72, it goes back to 77 and tries to go back where? 91. So remember, 72 to 91, guys, is the long. Or excuse me, 77 to 91. 72 and under is the short. There it is. There's your 77 to 91 all over again. The reason they want to go long at 91 is why? Why do we want to go long at, why are they trying to go long at 91, guys? Because 91 goes back to 325. That's why. They'd like to kill them right here. But they can't. They're not getting enough people to buy in at the 91. Come on, Bears. If you're going to do it, just do it and get it over with. Quit screwing around. Get this 72 short down here to 60, 61. Just can't do it. They're still holding 72, 77 long. Unreal. Unbelievable. Easy morning, though. 72 to work, but it keeps going back to it. They got to get that 72, 68 down to 60. You got to make it work. You have to get this down here and hold. Because if they get to 77, the Bulls always want to try to revert back long at 77, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why they just don't let it go now, guys. They should just let it go. Let it go back to 77, 91. Let's go back 325, you know? If not, we're just going to stay there and play. The longer the Bears keep playing with this, the Bulls will start getting out of it. The more Bulls will get out of it, the more momentum we get to go south. Or the more people they trap right here to go south with. Because they should start trapping the crap out of people and send them down to their break point at 248. But, you know, hey, that's what I would do. I would trap the crap out of people and send them to 248 and be done with it. I got nonstop trade calling. Thank you. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it, brother. That's what everybody tells me. I should have been a sports announcer. It's crazy. So we got 60 guys. You got that 50 down here, right? So you got the 40 now. Okay. What are we trying to get now? We're trying to get that 30, 29. Now remember, the target here at 40 has to break to 31. Sorry. So guys, you got 60, 50, 40, and 31. We just got to clear those. Where's that pullback? Big pullback will be the 60, remember? That's when it's stupid. It goes back to 77. So what these Bears want to do, guys, is they want to get down here to 19. Because they know 19 is a fun time. Okay? You get down to this 19 level, and it's going to be stupid down here. I really do think, though, that the Bears might get stuck. Well, no, that's a 196. That's not going to be a big deal. Yeah, 206. So if we break the 31, guys, we're looking for about the 19. If we get the 19, we're looking for 17 down to about the 14. We get the 14, we're going to flow down here to the 207, the 196, the 186, the 184. She's going to break the 171. And then we're going to straight down to 144 and 139 area. So yeah, this could come all the way down to 139 easily. See the big blue box that we got marked this morning? Mm-hmm. Way down here. And we're exactly going to go to 172. I do believe 172 will hit, guys. If you break the 207, that's the bull breakout line. Or the bear breakout line, sorry. Bear breakout line is 207, guys. So we already know that. So we're just going to take this little thing right here. And we're going to put it right there. Not the 9. That's the 5. Nah. We'll put it right here. That's like the 6 there. So that's fine. There. I had her in typing. I was trying to get this done for you guys. Right there. There's your bear breakout line. Now look at that. Look how she's breaking out. Well, I tell you guys, 172 is coming, guys. 182 to 172 right here. That's what you got to get. Now, what do the Bears want? The Bears want this level down here, man, of 170, 172, because they're going to try to pulverize this all the way down to 144, 145. Look at this trade, guys. Beautiful trade. Absolute beautiful from the 25 that we called. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful short. If you got this short, if you got 28, 25, anything down there, man, and you took this short with me, this is massive. This is going down to probably about 140, 145, guys. The next target down would be probably about 141. And then you got about the 122 down there. But what we got to worry about now, though, is getting past the next bull bear gate. You get the bull bear line, now you got the bull bear gate. Bull bear gate's 146. The secondary gate's 131. You break the 131, you're definitely going to try to come down to projection. Projection is the 108, guys. Just to let you know. We are projected to 108, so we'll see. But remember, that 141 is that big target down there that we have to break. So what's the 141? Because it's going to nail it. If it nails the 141, guys, remember that box right there is that big pullback box too. See this box right here? You might see pullbacks for bulls here on the buy-ins down here in this box. Back, and where will they go back to? 172, 182. You definitely got to be under this. You definitely got to be down here now to make this work, to keep working, guys. Where do you got to be? You got to be under the 70. Because if you don't, you're going to pull back across the 80, 82. But this is normal because we got that big target down there, that 141 target. So it's normal. This is a normal pullback. This is all normal. So we get 70 again and try to go short again. You got to get under 82. 82 is the bank level. That's why we're having so many problems here, guys. 82, 72 are both bank levels. They're the bank level low. It's like right here. 82, 72. That's your banks down here. Okay? They're right down there. Got to stay on them bank levels. You got to be under 70, guys, to keep this trade working here. 70 is that short again. They know 70 is another short. So they can, people who got late can get 70, and they try to take this to 41 again. 70 to 41 is the trade here. But once you get 70 41, you try to get down. You got 70, 46, 41. 46 is retail. Then you got 31, the last bull gates at 31, or bear gates 31, and that could drain this. But remember, projection is just below that. The market projection on today is down here. I've got my projection level sitting at about 108, 107, 108. That's awesome, man. Good job. Isn't it nice knowing, guys, where the Bears are going to take that big short this morning? 25. Look at that shit. We're right on at 25. I got 24.75 entry. It's just unbelievable. Spot on. See how 70's working here, guys? They got to hold 70. You want to be under 70 here. It's all stuff I've just done, created DOS over the years, man. We're going to work something out this year, guys, where I can actually make a system. Yeah, I'll make a system for everybody to use. Thank you, Buke. I appreciate it, man. I just try to get guys. I look at these markets and I don't, I don't do the news. I don't care about what people say. I trade what I see. And what I see is what I see is what's going on. I look at different ways to do this. And there she comes, right down to that 41. She just slapped the 41 in the face, guys. We got to get that 31 to get slapped too, though. So we want the 41 guys to get slapped down here to 21, and 21 down to 104 and about 99 down there is what we're looking for. But yeah, I mean, I just put stuff together over the years. This is years of experience of just doing craziness. And you can ask my wife, guys. I would draw stuff on those Walmart whiteboards, those big Walmart boards. I would sit and draw shit at night on those Walmart boards and hang them all over my wall. I probably had 100 of those things hanging on my wall of everything I could learn. I have learned every indicator that they offer and what it does, how it works, and most of them I abandoned because I didn't like the way they worked. So after all that, you just start putting stuff together. Like, what if I do this? Or what if I do that? Or what if I try that? Or what if this happens? It was a lot of failure and a lot of like, wow, the big wow moments. Like, wow, that does work, And then I kept it. And I looked at something else that failed, and I ran something else that worked with that. So it's just a matter of putting together a strategy, I guess you could call it, And my strategy is trying to find out levels where people are trading at so I can kill them. That's the strategy. We want to be in the big money. We don't want to be in the small shit. And sometimes you're right. You're right, Nacho. Sometimes those 4-hour wicks are work. They are work. But sometimes they don't. It just depends. The institutional guys know that they trade on higher time. They don't trade on time frames, guys. They trade on big charts, like monthly, 3 months, 6 months. I've got a 9-month chart up right now. I'm looking at 9 months, man. But I can see shit on those charts. There's a 21, guys. Like, we got to break the 21. If we break the 21, guys, we're going to try to get down to 101 and about the 96, okay? The 21 is good, though. So 21 pulls back to where? 30, about to 40, 41. 41 to 21, and we got to get down to 102 and about 95. That's where we need to be, guys. We need to get 95 to come through here and push this market all the way to 75 and 65. If we break the 65, we are really going to come down to 29, guys. Maybe the bears are wanting 65 to 25. 29. I'm thinking 25 down there. I'm thinking the bears get 60, 63, that they're going to brutalize 27, 25, and 17, and maybe down to 979. It's possible. But then again, there's a lot of factors down here on this low side, and it's kind of crazy. Where would we be going? Because there's not a bank level 1 down here, guys. The biggest bank level is 926, okay? Everything between here and that bank level, everything between the 125 bank level and that 996 level down there is all pullbacks. We're going to wait and see, though. Beautiful trade. How it feels when Steve's chasing you. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So, guys, this morning, man, we've had a field day with this. We got all the good levels up top to trade off of. We broke the 25 for the big giant short. We're trying to get us down under the 99 now. You got to get under the 20. You got to get under this 21 down here if you want to stay in this. She's got to hold 21 short. You you got, because 21 goes down. We know that 21's the short, coming down here to 104, about, about 104 to 96. Once you break the 96, we try to stay in it to 75. 96 goes to 75, guys, and then 75 goes down to 63. That's what we want. We want to see 90, 95, 96 go down to that 63 level, right? We want to get all the way down there. Okay, so let's do this. Since we got this chart moving, right, guys, what do? When you're in a big trade like this, pull your chart in. Okay? Where is the nearest low to this low? Where is it? Well, it's right here. That's one of them. But that's not what we're looking for. Where's the big low? Aha. Here and here. See this? 17 and about 58. 71 to 75. One of these candles. These two are this one. So what you do is you grab this box, you mark this candle right there, bring this all the way over to here, and put it just like this. Bing. There you go. Now, if you'd like to learn, maybe I'll teach. If I get time, I'll try to do it on Thursday, maybe after the market. If you'd like to learn how to frame a chart, I can show you how to frame your charts, guys. So you'll see it run between level to level all the damn time. Framing's really cool too. A lot of people in here I've already taught how to frame. I don't know if you still use it. Framing charts are good though. See how this is coming down here, guys? Right there. That's what we want. We want the 63 to bust wide open here and go straight down. This is the big move right here. If the bears can take the 64 and under, they're going to take this thing down to 27, guys. 64 hunts 27. Okay? We're hunting 27 now. Remember, it's about 77.64 here. They want to get down under 64. Sorry, Steve. Wow. That's craziness. You just got to get through these little levels down here together. There's a couple of little levels together down here. See, the bulls know that their return level is about 104 on the pullback. So the bears got to stay under 104 and the 96. Then the 75.64. So as long as you're under 104 with this and you're under 64 in this, you're good to go. 444. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I did, Big Al. I've taught it before. I'll just run back through it again with you guys. We'll break it down from higher time frames to the lower time frames. We'll start out with a big high time frame, and we'll break it down, guys, back to the 15-minute. So this way you have every time frame mixed into one on the frame. It's kind of cool. And you'll see the market react and adjust to it every single time. All right, guys, 64. Let's go. 64 low. Come on, boys. Can you imagine, guys, if you all were in the same room with me, like where I could visually talk to you and see you, and I could walk in front of the stage and just call this? Wouldn't that be Wouldn't that be crazy? That would be stupid. Would be insanity. All right, let's go, guys. 60 below. Here we go. 64 short, guys. This is the one they're looking for. This is that big short here going all the way down. This is the one the bulls better try to save. If not, you're going to 23. 64 goes to 23, guys. No, I'm in the Florida Keys. I used to live in St. Pete. Clearwater. Let's go. Sleep with the Gators. Yeah, I'll be in Punta Gorda this weekend. That's not too far from Sarasota. Come on, let's go. See, guys, we got to stay under. We have to hold the 90s. You've got to be able to hold that 101, 102 right here. That's the pullback, okay? The 101, 102 is where you're going to try to get back to because the Bulls know at 102 they can go to 122, okay? So 102 is that long back to 122. You want to stay under one. You want to be under 102 and 96. So if it don't get under 102, guys, it's going to go try to get back to 122, okay? And usually if 122 comes 122, 121, they'll short back to 121 and go right back down to 96 and try to push that 60 again. Because 96 goes down to 74 and then it goes down to 64. So you want 96, 74, 64, or you get 96 pullback to about the 18 there. Well, no, it's 21, I think. Yeah, 22. Yeah. Is it the 22? 22, yeah, it's 22. 121, 122. So 96 goes back to 122. 96 goes down to 74 and 64. 64 is that big short they're waiting on, guys. If they can get 64 to come through on this, this thing is done. It's already done now, but we just killed it this morning. 77, 74, there it is. Come on, 64, let's go. Break the 64 and just run straight down. Just absolute plummet. I would like to see this thing go 64. Like, I would like to see 64 break out and go right down to 20, about 27. 27 and 16 down there. But right now we're still playing in this little area. 96, 104, 122 area. 74 area. You guys, isn't it nice to come in somewhere where you ain't got to, you're not having to pay to follow me, right? It's just, you're in here just doing it with me. We're just doing it together, guys. We're having fun. And the people that are in here this morning, like 50 something people were in here this morning, you guys are the people that are dedicated to try to do this. My hat's off to you because the people in this room, with being in here with me and listening to my trading and listening to all my craziness in the mornings between 9 and 11, guess what? You're gaining knowledge and you're also getting some good trades out of it. This is how you sustain, guys, and you learn. Remember, you're 10% of 4,000, right? Just think about that. You could be that 10% that actually rises above and becomes a professional trader because you are dedicated to this. I can't understand why we have this room and there's not 3,000 people in here, right? Because there should be. But people want to do their own thing and we can't make them do it. So the ones that are really serious about this are in here. And I appreciate you guys being in here. And it says a lot for you. So congrats on being in here and being the kind of person that wants to do this for a living. Because if being in this room is a good place to be. It's a good way to build your account. And who else that owns a company goes out and hands out money in a free room? Right? For the payouts, right? Not many. Did you guys know that I posted some stuff on social media, and 50% of the people that look at my social medias are people with more than 10,000 employees? What does that tell you? Some of the big guys in the market really watch what I do. And I've been contacted on a few things already about, hey man, we really like what you're doing. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But when you get that kind of feedback from the bigger people that you respect, then you know you're doing something right. And they freak out when I say I do it for free. They just really flip out. Like, what? Do you know your room's like $5,000 a month easy? I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal, man. I'm on here to teach. I got a gift and I'm going to share it. And I think reaching the point in my life where I've really fine tuned my gift was being in the trade room a long time ago with people like Steve. You know, kept me calm. People like Rich, a few other guys, been with me for a while. That's right, man. I know that Mark is like a fat kid knows how to eat. That's true. Let's go. That's funny, Fox. And the funny thing about this, guys, I'm very humble about this. It's not. I don't care about the numbers. I care about the coaching and teaching. If we make money, great. If we get a little bit of money, that's fine. We get bigger money, it's great too. But it's all about the money. This is about getting people where they need to be. Getting people to see that this thing can be beaten. You can beat this. So right now, guys, that 140 reverts back to about 172. So you got to be under 140 to get back to 24 and 18. So way to go, Husky. Good job. And that's a day, man. 6K on a day. I mean, that's just really, really good trading right there. Those kind of days, guys, two of those days a month, man, you're making 12 grand a month trading. Who does that? People only make 12 grand a month at their job. They only make 12 grand a month at a normal job. Unless they got a degree, and then they're getting micromanaged, you know? So the pullback of 171 here, guys, I'm thinking if they pull it back to 171, the Bears might try to let the Bulls have a little here at 171 to go back south. When you think about life-changing events, man, $8,000 a month or $12,000 a month, $10,000 a month, those are all life-changing money. That's good for people. It really helps a lot when you're making 10 grand a month in a market, right? Because your friends ain't, and they'll tell you, I don't make that a month. How the hell we do this? And then they'll ask you if you'll train them. That'll be the next thing they'll ask. Just avoid the noise. I don't get into the noise of the world, guys. I've learned to not be that kind of person anymore. I don't care what other people do. I care about what I do. I care about the charts. I care about my team. I care about Blue Sky and all the people involved in Blue Sky and the traders. That's it. And my family. That's it. The rest of the world can do what they want. We're here to make money. We're doing just like the billionaires do. We'll sit back and make money. Let everybody else be all the crazies. Because that's what they do, guys. Last year, you guys know I was at the World Forum last year, Economic Forum, personal invite. I was the only prop firm owner, the only trader person I know of that was there, except for the NASDAQ guys that own NASDAQ and Bloomberg. But I learned a lot from those billionaires because I sit down with a bunch of them. I had lunch with the guys from China. I had lunch with the guys from, I had dinner with the guys from Japan. I sit down with the Saudis for 2 hours. I mean, I had a blast of meeting all kinds of people. The president of South Africa gave me a scarf right off his neck. I've got it right here. Most of you guys have seen it on the pictures from last year. I didn't go this year because I was sick. But the thing about it is, they have a mindset, guys, of what are we going to do to make money, and how are we going to stay away from all the dumb shit, right? We got to be under 140 here, guys. We got to hold this 140. 140, if we don't hold it, goes back to 171. This is why pretty much, guys, I'll look at my social media stuff, but I don't really comment on nothing. And I don't really watch the news that much because it's all disastrous nowadays. I don't get into all that. You got to learn how to unplug, man. So how many guys are using EMAs? Are you guys all using EMAs or SMAs? How many of you guys have TradingView? Anybody have TradingView in here? Anybody got TradingView? You do? Good, Nacho. So if you use TradingView, guys, let me show you something or let me just type it in here for you guys. See that? Y'all see that word it says right there? That word on the screen? Y'all see that? That is a TradingView indicator. Moving average, non-lagging, doesn't lag at all. You can set it how you want it. Use that one. Put that on your TradingView chart, guys, and set it up at it. It's very effective at 1420, but you can also add the 365, 3790 on there. Set that one up on a chart and let me know what you think. It's really, really it's the only really good non-lagging that I know, except for the ones I custom make or whatever. But that is it's a good one. It's this one right here, guys. There, how about that? Oh, I meant to say average, guys. Sorry, I wasn't looking at my screen. Average. That's for TradingView. Go check it out. It's free. It's an indicator. It's the first one on the screen. Make sure you get the first one. Don't get anything with it. Just get that one. Yep, right there where it says zero lag. 1.6. That's the one you want. It's really good at putting the very first one, guys. Don't mess any of the rest. I've already tried them all. So it's the first one. I went and looked at every one of them. A friend of mine sent it to me like a month ago. I thought, wow, these are cool. The rest of them suck, but this is good. But you can use that on TradingView, and it's good for moving averages. And it doesn't lag. It keeps up with price. Just practice with it, guys, or look at it. And by the way, it does give signals. So I wouldn't count on the signals, but it does. But sometimes I've seen the signals not be where I want them. So set it up how you want it, guys. I don't ever trust an indicator with signals. When you're moving level to level, at what point do you confirm it's not just pullback? What level I know it's not a pullback right now? So right now, Black, I'm gonna show you something. Right now, the bulls are kind of stuck here, and the bears are stuck too. So the 170, guys, goes back to 290, right? So let's do this. I'll show you what I mean. You see this 170 right here that we're at, guys? Okay, right about here somewhere. We'll say 171. Okay, this goes back all the way to right here, where the big money's sitting, right there. Okay, this whole area right here is a big ass area of mess. Okay, this is like what we will call um, a roadblock. Okay, the reason we're going to call this our roadblock is because we know both parties have got to be under this box. Okay, if you want to make money, you're going to have to be under it. Okay, so we know that the bears and bulls both have to fight, and you can see the bear targets right here on this box too. So we know the bulls and bears both have to be out of here. The bulls need to be up here, the bears need to be under this, or it doesn't work. But now the problem is the bulls have got to pull back all the way through the roadblock to get something to happen. Now, what happens when they pull through the roadblock, guys? Right? What happens? Well, I'll show you. Okay? So let me think. Where's that at? 298. Okay. So once you pull back through the roadblock right here at this 290 level, so I think the let me see. Let me make sure here, guys. We could probably get the roadblock to about 290 35. So 290 right here in this area, roadblocks to where? Right there. Right there. Okay? Now, once you get that roadblock done at 335, you got to try to push this 335 to where? To this roadblock. And you guys know what this roadblock's going to be, 395, right? You see? You see how the market wants to step back up into these? Now, the problem with this is once you break down here under the 172, okay, down here in the markets, once you break down past this 172, right about here, you try to step down into where? Right about here, okay? And then that steps down all the way down to the big move at 59. And there's levels inside of these. Okay, this is not one big level. And this market runs all the way down to where? Right there. Right there. You see it? Do you see this? Now, do you guys see what I'm talking about? So each one of these represents areas where people have to make their moves. So if the bulls and bears don't, if they can't get through these areas, if the bulls can't come back up and get in this box, which they are now, see, they're in the box. But that don't mean nothing because there's a lot of shit all the way to the top of the 290. There's all this traffic up here in the 290 area. So the bulls got a long way to go to get back to 290 to even make anything happen. They would like to see this go from 290 back to 335, right? But if you can't get 290 to work, it doesn't work. That's exactly right, Black. I mean, everybody does, people don't know that the market works in segments. There's little sections of the market where they put shit in here, and right now their biggest segment is this one. This is the kill zone. This is where all the backlash is going to happen. The ups, the downs, the pullbacks. And this roadblock box right here, guys. Let's just move this one over here. We'll put it like this out of the way. So we got one here and here. This roadblock right here, guys, this big box, and not this one, right? We'll put it out of the way. These are the upper roadblocks and lower roadblocks. But this roadblock right here is what the bulls have to get through if they're going to make anything happen today. And what I mean by that is once they get to that 335 level, they're still got ways they got to get to the, you've got to get to 365, 395 and all that up in here. So right now, this is the key. You have to get right here and you got to try to push it. And then you got to try to push that to this and then go. And if you can't, the market will sit here and just play around in these areas until she breaks down low here and goes back to here and goes further deep. Because once she goes deeper down there, your next block level is 25 to 15, or 25 to 13 actually. So down here, guys, you would have right here 25 here goes down to about right there. See this? This box drops to this box. Okay? Makes sense? Yeah, it's a good one to play with, the zero lag. It's a good one to just play with, guys, and just check out and see if you like it. When I come across stuff, I have a bunch of stuff, but there's some things I do like. I like the hull also. Um, you guys can use that one too. Now there is a better one that Hull makes. Um, I I would use the 1237. You can use 1220, 5200. That's normal. 1420 is normal, but you could always use a 123790 on those also. But Hull makes a really good one too, guys, and it's called the Madrid ribbon. You can look it up too, and it's really really good. If you like moving averages, it's a cloud. It actually builds a cloud on your screen, but you can just remember that, guys. It's called the Madrid. It's like the Madrid Hull Madrid indicator. Just put in Hull Madrid, I think, or Madrid Hull, something like that. I can't remember the name. I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but I'll look it up later. But anyway, you can use one of those too. It's like a ribbon. But I don't like a lot of stuff on my charts that clutter up my screens and ribbons and all that colors because it just confuses me. I just like straight lines. And if you guys look at the, let's see if I can, what have I got it set on here? Let me go here and look at this thing with you guys. Settings there. Inputs. So it says 2155. I don't like that. I'm going to go with 37 and 90 on this and then check it out. Okay, we're just going to put that on there like that. Boom. And you guys can see we're way under the 90 on this. If you guys look at that average moving average I just gave you, look at the 90. Look at the 90. You're under the 90. So what you do is you can trade the moving average, once it breaks down under the first when they're at 37, you can trade it down to the 90 and hold it. If it breaks the 90, you stay in. Once it crosses back over the 90, the 90 is back to the 37, crosses the 37, goes back up. As you can guys see on TradingView, it rode the 37 anchor line all the way up this morning. It rode it all the way. Yeah. If you want the standard settings, 3790, but if you want the standard setting, it's supposed to be 14 and 20. But those for me are too close. I don't like that. Yeah, no, I don't share it. I'm just telling you. I got a bunch of charts up here. As you guys can see, we're back to 177, 185 and shit again. Let me see if I can go and pull this one up here. No, that's the wrong one. Duh. That's not the one I wanted. It's not the one I wanted. Let's go down here and just save this right here. So now, guys, I think the Bulls. Yep, I think the Bulls are going to try to take this back to the big money. So now, guys, we got a big money line at 251. Right here. Wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah, it is right. That's nuts. 251, 253. Look at this. Look at this. Ta-da! Are the Bulls going to break the big money line to go back up? That's craziness. So now they want the 60 guys to run back up to 73, 73 back to 90. Look, see the box? See this? If the Bulls are going to make a statement here, they're going to have to be above the. I think you got to be above the 90, the 93, 95. Okay, these pullbacks are crazy. But we also know that if they get to 60 here, they can go to 74. And there they go. See, look. Let's see if they try to hold. I think it's 60. Crap, I thought I was at 60. Never mind. It's at 50. It's too late. Too early. So I want to see if I can get the 60 trade to go to 74. You need 60 to 74 here on the pullback. And if we don't break that area, Steve's line has trailed down past us, guys. Steve's line is trailing now above us, about the 60. What is that? Wow, it's at 60. That's kind of crazy. So Steve's line is now at 60. And see, look at this. There's a 60 right there. This is where they are trying to revert. If they can't revert it, though, it's going to go back south into the box again. But 60 would be a good place to get 74. If we can get 74 to work, we might be able to clear some of these targets up through here. But you have to get 74 to work, guys. 60, 74. If not, she'll pull down to 46 on you. But we also know that the Bulls can buy in where? The Bulls can buy this right back in here, guys, at about 58. So these Bulls will be buying at 58 right here if they can, to go to 60, to go to 74. Remember, you can get pullbacks in this, and it's craziness. But I'm just showing you all this right now. So we would like to see 60. I think the best trade is going to be 293. Okay? I really think if you can get 74 to 93 up through here, I think the best trade we'll have will be sitting right about right in here somewhere. Just above the 90, 93 area. That's 95, but 93 is what we're looking for. It is kind of crazy sometimes, though. But see, everybody wants to jump on this 60 right here, but now you got a market that's really slowed down. It's kind of crazy. It is a good morning, though, guys. We had a really good morning. I'm almost time for me to get off, but it's really nice to see that we're across that big money line now. Now, can these guys push that big money? Can they make it work? Can they hold this money for the Bulls? Because guess what? The big money line goes both ways, guys. Bears could come in and go right back short again, or the Bulls could go back long, right? My guess is the 295 up here. I don't know if that's going to be 295. I really think though. I think the Bulls are better at 67, like we were earlier. Remember the big 67 level, guys? It's like right here. That's it right there. See? I think if they really want to get this working. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I was looking for. Never mind. Sorry. Wrong level, guys. That is not the right level. This is level up here. Not 267. Sorry. It's 367 up here, which you've already got it marked. Down here, we're going to have to break where? Down here, guys, we're going to have to make sure we clear the 93. You've got to clear the 93. So we were right. The 93 is where it's at. If you're not up here, guys, around this 93 area, 94, nothing's going to happen. Because that's the only gap level they got that they can make something happen. So everything else under that's just crap. It's inside this roadblock. Pullbacks and up and downs and pullbacks and up and downs. So Riz, are you on this morning? I guess Steve's still here. I think he is. Anybody else? Am I stuck? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. I think my mic was stuck there. It's weird. So how about it, Riz? Are you on? Steve, are you on? Somebody else out there? I'm just trying to figure out if Riz is here. Okay. Oh, it will? Okay. I'm going to get off in a minute. We did a good job this morning, guys. Hey, guys. All right, hey, Riz, how you doing? Well, it's kind of like afternoon. Maybe he's been up since like 4 o'clock. Man, I couldn't sleep at all, man. All I did was toss and turn last night. I was like, oh my God. I woke up, man. I thought it was storming outside, and I didn't realize my wife had a fan on. I thought I was in a hurricane. What the hell's going on here, you know? I heard a shh. I'm like, what's up? I jump up like 3 o'clock in the morning. I heard this noise. I'm like, I looked out the window and all the trees are just calm. I'm like, what in the hell is that? Yeah, it's the big blowing fan, the monsoon. You know, I don't know. It's funny because sometimes my wife will, she'll put the air conditioner on at 67, and then she'll throw the fan on, and I walk in there like, oh my God, it's cold in here. Then she's covered up to her head. Sometimes she's got her head covered all the way up. I know it's craziness. Good morning. How you doing? Thank you. Caught that 25 short that we called. That was a beautiful short from the 25. That was just amazing. But when I came on this morning, I took a trade and just walked away this morning before they opened. But it was up 12 grand before they opened. So 12. Yeah, I wind up at 40, about 48K total. So that puts us over. That puts us at 501, 501,000 in 11 days. Yeah, it's the cool thing is it's like we're trying to see what these markets going to do with this with all the mess they got in because gold and silver and all that's running up and China's buying it all. But sooner or later, guys, I think I think sooner or later we're going to have a day where this thing just absolutely plummets. I'm not talking 200, 300 points either. I'm talking 4, 5, 600 points, maybe even more, maybe 1,000 points, because you can't keep pushing these highs. You know what I mean? No, it's crazy. It's like they get to certain areas and it's just like they can't hold it. I really thought the bulls, if the bulls are not done, guys, they're gonna be hunting at 6:30 up there. Well, 6:30 is a good target, but I thought for sure they would break out this morning and run to the bank level 633, but they didn't. So it kind of got whacked at the same place it went down before. If you'll look, oh well, you can't really look right now, but there was a major bear move back in February 4th, I think it was, and we took that short up there around that 489, 490. We failed to get that 490 today. We got 472. It went right back down. So the Bulls couldn't make that break of that 490 over there. So it killed them. Couldn't break it. Mm-mm. But I'm like you though. I really think that we're looking into something that could be really could be a bear market coming through for maybe a good solid 3 or 4 days of really coming down. And I think we really need a good pullback. We need a really good substantial pullback into about 24s, the 24 100, 24 200, somewhere around there to get everything balanced back out. So we'll see. Yeah, it would. And I think if I look on this chart down what I'm looking at now, if I kind of go really, really, really low, I think your best setup is around that somewhere down there around that 600 level, not 600, about 640 for the Bears. 640 takes you all the way down to 430. So I mean, there's a 200-point move down there. So that would be perfect. But I mean, we haven't got there yet. But you never know, man. It's just craziness. It's fun to trade it though. But people are going to get killed in this roadblock area today. Right here, guys. Yeah, the terrible area is 172 to 293. It's terrible. Yep, it's just where everybody's just going to get murdered at. Yeah, it's just insanity. Yeah, this is why people. This is why I always tell everybody: get your money between 9 and 11 and be done. Because between 11 and 1, it can be stupid. Soybean, not sure. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've seen some guys trading natural gas. Some guys trade the oils. Not like the oil. They trade seed oil, all kinds of stuff. It's craziness. I learned a long time ago. Learning one instrument and being good at it is a good thing. The Nasdaq is mine. That's what I trade. I love the Nasdaq. I know it. I mean, I can trade gold and oil and all that, but I'd like to focus on the one I spent the most time on. Yep. So how's your day going, Becky? That's good. Did you trade this morning, Riz? Hmm. That's, we might. It just depends. You got to get. There's some levels they got to get through, but I really think the downside if we really want to really get the downside started, we're going to have to be down here around this, you know, I'd say under 25,000. You're going to have to be. It's going to have to get under 25. I mean, you can get the downside started, but if you get down to the 50 level, 75, 75 that goes down to like the 31, the 17, and all that, 64, 57. I think if you can get like under the 960 area, down in here. I mean, there's just a lot of craziness in here because right now, guys, from the 141 down to like the 64. So you got the 141 like right in here somewhere to way down here into 64. This is where they're trying to get 141, 64 down here. And for them to do anything, they got to be down there. But it's just hard to get back down there with this at this time of day, I'm sure. Yeah, it's craziness. Mhm. Yeah, really good move. Yeah, they still got a chance. I think today's stocks, though. I mean, I was looking at the stocks on the day, man. I think you've got your Nvidia stock today and your APB and or no ABP and stuff like that. Open OPEN Tesla. So Tesla, Nvidia, and Open and HIMS. If you guys know what HIMS, those and BBAI, those are all really good stocks for today. You might want to watch those too. The JX or JZXN is a good one too, guys. There's a good stocks today. It's just they're probably gonna have a hard time running with this craziness, but some of them will run, some of them won't. But I don't have time to do all the stock charts I'd like to do at the same time because man, that'd be a really craziness. That'd be nuts. But yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Look at Becky. Look at SOFI. That's a good one there too. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because I think SOFI and Nvidia, Tesla, Open, OPEN, PIMS, JX, JZXN, BBAI. Those are all really good for the day. And I think PF or what is it called? Philo or whatever. It's like PHIO. I think it is. It's another one. I can pull 10 stocks a day every day. No, I kind of just look at stuff in the mornings and go, well, what are we thinking about tech stocks and versus, penny stocks versus, or the pink slips, what I call them, and then versus mid range. And I kind of look at the ones that, like at night, I look at the mid range and lower ones that I just kind of pick out. Okay, these are the ones I think will run like 15 or 20. Then I narrow it down from like 20 down to 10 and say, okay, these are the 10 I would be trading. And that's what I do. But I look at the P's on them and all that. Look at the structure. Look who's if it's institutionally held. The way I look at it, Becky, if something's more than 50% institutional hold, it can be a dangerous stock to trade. So when you're looking at stocks, you always look at that institutional hold on them. Yes, exactly. When you see a stock that's being held 75% institutional, you know that could be a dangerous. Now, if they run it, great, you can be part of it or unless they have a catalyst to run it or something like that. But if it's just a stock you're going to trade just because you're trading it and it's institutional held, you can see this thing like these penny stocks. You guys ever notice how penny stocks have $60 billion in volume and not move 1 cent? It seems ridiculous, right? It's like putting 60. Let's put 60 million people in a line in one bathroom. Somebody's gonna move, right? But no, no, y'all stay still for 12 hours. As a matter of fact, y'all stay still for 3 months at the same price, or we might let you go up 1 cent. That's craziness. I stay away from stuff like that. I look at stuff that how much volume is in a stock. Is there $25 million in volume on the day that it opens, and it's only moved 3 cents? That ain't worth it. Does it? By that big money being there, it should be moving a lot bigger, but they don't. It isn't. It's just very like it's just kind of weird, but that's how the world works. And a lot of stocks have to have catalysts to move. They're not like the futures. Futures move because they move, but stocks move because they got news, or maybe they got an approved something for a device they're working on, or or they maybe they filed the 500, they got the 500 approved or whatever, with the FDA or something like that. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into those things, but your normal stocks like your tech stocks that are already that are already on board in tech, most of those guys have already been through all the approvals. Their company's already open. They're doing their thing. Those are the ones you want to look at long term, like swing trading, like Nvidia, Tesla, Google. Those boys right there. If you can catch the long on a Google trade, you might be in that long for 6 months, right? Now I can do the levels on there too, Becky, which is really cool. I can almost tell you when to buy Google or Nvidia, and you can hold that shit for 6 months. So, yeah, I'm really big on IPOs. I really am big on IPOs. I'm waiting this year because I know that Tesla's got another. Elon's got some stuff going on. Somebody told me. I think it was on email or something. I don't remember. No, it wasn't email. It was. I was talking to somebody online about something. We were having a conversation last week. A bunch of guys talking about the markets, and he said that Elon's secondary company, something he's opening up. It's like another LLC under something else. I don't know what he's doing, but they're going to push that for an IPO, and it's sometime this year. Yeah, it's something like that. It's like either with Tesla or SpaceX or something. But I want to see that IPO. If they set the price at like 30 a share or 25 a share, it's gonna run. You know, you dump in 5 grand on it and let it go. You know, and I trade those IPOs, guys. I'll tell you how I trade IPOs. I put the money in the IPO at the opening of the market. I let the IPO run to 10 o'clock, 5 after 10. And as soon as I see the first red candle, I jump out. You take all the money and run because normally IPOs will run up 30, 40, 50 billion dollars, for the company to make. So let's say they make 100 million in a half an hour, right? The price moves 60, $70 at one time. Boom, $24 to $74. You make a killing, guys. But as soon as that happens, then the adjusted price comes in back to like 52, 48, and it sells off down to those points, and that's where it levels off for a while until they have a new catalyst, right? So it makes perfect sense to trade it at the open, get that big money running up in it, take that money and haul ass, and don't because you're not married to it. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell when I was trading stocks back in the day, I always tell everybody, you're not married to a stock, bro. Go in, get your money, and get out. Unless it's a big one like Nvidia, Tesla, back in the day, IBM and shit like that. But you know, the new ones. You're exactly right. You hit it on the head. Early investor. Investors are what holds that money for that company. These investors want some money out of it, so they got to run it to make them the money, and you're right there with them. And I think IPOs are, if you really want to look, guys, you should really research your IPOs and what dates they are, because you can actually make killings on IPOs, not just your futures. You don't have to worry about everything else because if you can hit a good IPO, say it's $20 a share, and you put 2 grand in it, you can take 2 grand to 10 grand in one day, 2 grand to 5 grand in one day. It doesn't matter. You get what you can get. Wait for the next one. But just do your homework. Yeah. Make sure you do research on the IPO. Make sure they got everything ready. That they're not, that they're not thinking it's going to short. Because there can be some IPOs that can be dangerous, but most of them go up before they sell off anyway. They got to make money. Yeah, I never overstay it. As soon as I see the first red candle, I'm gone. See you later. Out. Thanks for the cash. Yeah, thank you. It's like the other day I posted somebody said something. I'm like, yeah, well, I know the world's crazy right now, but as long as somebody comes on and says the markets are doing great, we got it made. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off here and let you guys have it. Are you staying on for a while, Becky? Alrighty, cool. Well, I'll talk to you later. Then have a good day. And yep, it was awesome. Riz, let you guys take it over, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Everybody, thank you for coming in today, and I hope you had a good day with me. I hope you got some good trades. Yep, thank you. Have a good day too. You guys have a beautiful afternoon. Remember, if you got your money, don't risk it. Keep your cash, guys. If you've already made good money today, keep it. Walk away. Maybe you tried. Remember, I told you guys yesterday. Right now is a good time to ask questions. Becky's in here. Riz is in here. Ask things. Engage with them. Learn some things from them that you might not know or you might want to know. Now's a good time to do it until you get this thing structured back out. Okay? So with that said, guys, I'm going to go, and you guys have a beautiful